Like the title of this video says, this is comical at this point. And once again now, like in October, like in November, whatever how many months it's been since Barca was first place in La Liga, now they're second again. And they've lost to Girona away. And it's not even just that. I mean, the performance is a complete joke of the highest order. You can't even describe how much of a joke the performance was today. And it's not even on a game by game basis now. This team is regressing by the minute on the pitch, by the minute. And look, like I said, it's comical, it's a joke, and I mean now they're 2 points behind Madrid, and this is not a season where Madrid are impressive. In fact, if anything, they've been woeful. And we're gonna get on to talk about something else as well regarding La Liga, but Barcelona are just shocking. I mean the impossession isn't as the in possession, football that they're playing isn't as devastating as it once was. The out of possession, no joke, is probably one of the worst in Europe. I mean, Barca have no defensive structure. They have no defensive structure whatsoever. You just have players pressing, but even the pressing seems to not even be under a system anymore. It's just players running towards the ball. It's not working. The offside trap isn't actually an offside trap. It's just a high line. It's just a high line. There's no actual offside trap being deployed. The actual defensive quality is a complete joke. The midfield without Pedri is non-existent. The midfield without Pedri, there's no help in the attack. There's no help in the defense. It's just non-existent. And the attack is looking, I mean, it's looking duller than a crumbled up piece of paper. I mean, there's no devastation from this team, and it's just very poor. And this team really the only players even coming near performing over what or where they are expected to perform at the very least is Juan Garcia. If we go on a player by player basis, and what I want to say before I do go on a player by player basis, last season when Barca was playing well, this season in moments, I'm in Twitter chats, about Barcelona, or I'm in Twitter chats about football, Barcelona, whatever it may be, or on Twitter and the timeline in general. It is incredible to me when I see Barca fans get hype, doing backflips, gassing up this player and that player. I've seen, for example, in one of the Barca chats, people were calling Balde better than Jordi Alba. That is nowhere near the case. Maybe Balde comes close to Jordi Alba defensively, but that is nowhere near the case, especially when you compare the quality of players in the sport now to what it was back then. Every single player from Barcelona pre 2016, 2017 is better than every player in Barcelona's team now. Every position. Barca's left back was better than it was now. Center backs, right back, midfielders, you name it. The positions were all better back then. And it really is a case for the whole sport, but Barcelona especially. I want to put it out there because when like I said in the last video, when Barca fans get hype and do backflips and get excited and gas up everything that Barca does when they win a few games in a row against fodder La Liga teams, or for once get past the round of 16 or quarterfinals of the UCL, they instantly get hyped. They instantly just lose all logic. It becomes completely fickle. There's no logic in their opinions. It's just straight happiness, joy, emotion, and just essentially complete chaos. But if you go on a player by player basis, I mean, of course, Jean Garcia performed, well. He kept Barca in his game. I mean, if you take out the factor of referees, which I don't really want to talk about, but I have to say something later in this video. If you take out the factor of the referees, if you just consider just the team, if Jean Garcia if it was still Ter Stegen there, Barca would have like at most 50 points because Jean Garcia saved Barcelona in so many games this season in La Liga, especially. Kubarsi had a decent game, but once again, is because he scored the goal. Defensively, nothing really special. Kunde, aside from the assist, I guess, as usual, very poor. Eric Garcia, not good. Gerard Martin, meh, really not good. Fermin Lopez, not good at all. De Jong, meh, just not doing really anything special. Invisible once again, essentially. You can say he did decently to actually, drive up the ball a little bit sometimes, but other than that, it's just meh. Dani Olmo, I just don't know why he's playing as a 6 or an 8. He should not be playing center mid. especially when there's not a single pivot behind him. The reason why Dani Olmo works so well as an 8 for Spain is because he has a single pivot who's strong behind him in Rodri. That's why Dani Olmo cooks for Spain. But with De Jong behind there, De Jong's not a player who's gonna lock down the midfield. There's no single pivot back there, so it forces Dani Olmo to do way more work defensively, which is just that's not Dani Olmo. He's not supposed to be doing defensive work. Not only is he not physically capable of competing for the ball consistently in duels and defending at all times, but it's just not his game. The way the Barca won the penalty that Lamine missed right before halftime, the way Dani Olmo won that penalty, that's what Dani Olmo was good at. Put him in and near and around the area, and he knows how to receive the ball in that area. Just put him there. That's where he needs to be. He doesn't need to play 6 or 8 just to compensate for Pedri. Put in Bernal, start him, and put Olmo a bit more advanced. Rafinha came back from injury. He hit the post. Rafinha will always put in the effort. He will never look disinterested in the game. A lot of the players today look disinterested, like they didn't want to run. And it's been the case really for the last, really the season overall. But Rafinha always gives you effort at the very least. He got unfortunate to not actually get a goal. He hit the post, but couldn't do really much. I mean, he got subbed off because he did just come back from an injury. Yamal, very, very poor. I mean, he just missed too many chances. He missed a penalty. Didn't complete enough dribbles. I mean, it's only 2 out of 7 completed. And he puts in some good passes into the area, which is usual for Yamal. But overall, not a good performance from him. Won the red card to be fair, but nothing special. I mean, he's dropped a lot since that Atletico Madrid game. Ferran Torres, very, very poor as usual. I don't know why he's starting games at this point. It's just a joke. Balde came on, absolutely diabolical. Rooney came on, not impactful at all, nothing special. Araujo came on, missed a big chance, but really didn't do much anyways because he was basically playing striker. Lewandowski came on, didn't do much. Bernal came on, who I actually think was pretty decent. Bernal, and for that reason, he should have started. I mean, Bernal did pretty good defensively. He was, he completed all his passes. Not that like they were anything special, but much better than the rest of the players. But the point is this: I mean, Barcelona once again concede 5 big chances and lose a game to La Liga fodder. What place are Girona in? 12th place, and they got the 3 points. So I mean, they were basically near the relegation zone before these 3 points. So it's just very, very poor. And game by game, we've known how anybody with a brain who doesn't gas up players for winning a few games in a row knows that these players are not exactly what they're made out to be, except really Pedri overall, Rafinha, who's a serious player. Rafinha's a man in this team. He's one of the serious players in this team. This team now, too many kids, too many gimmicks, too many bums. You look at old Barca teams, look at old football teams in general. It was just so much more serious. Everyone was focused on football, less gimmicks. Everyone looked, even at it from a young age, at 20 years old, the players looked like men. Now it's just twinks, jokes, gimmicks that are being ran. Rafinha is one of the players that's actually serious. Pedri is serious in this team. Yamal, I mean, for the most part, is serious. Joan Garcia is serious. But yeah, I mean, everybody else is just trolling, and it's sad. I mean, and like I said, for the players, we've known how they're really not what they're made out to be. But now, game by game, now we're seeing Hansi Flick. We're seeing more and more of the effects of him living and dying by his system and not wanting to adjust. That's that German mentality where you don't change your ideology at all no matter what. But he just has to. He should be noticing that this team has zero depth, precisely zero depth. He should be noticing that. And regardless if it's Girona, Atletico Madrid, Copa del Rey, La Liga, UCL, you have to adjust your system because you do not have the players to carry out what you want to do. Because the system specifically is a very physically taxing system on the body, on the players. And when you have Dani Olmo having to play basically a pivot, you cannot be playing the high line and aggressive press because he has to do too much defensive work and he just doesn't do much in the attack because he has to do so much running all game. And he's not really a player that even looks like he can run a lot. I mean, he has issues physically, like everyone knows it. So, it's just very poor from everybody involved. I mean, you talk about the depth, so it's poor from the board. It's poor from the manager right now. It's poor completely from very close to all the players in the team, in the squad. And there's really not much more to say about that. I mean, this is a complete joke. And Once again, like I say, Barca are second in La Liga. Can they win the league? Absolutely. But we're in the middle of February now, and we're really starting to enter towards that part of the season where you really want to start peaking because this week we have the UCL knockout games to make into the round of 16 to qualify your team. Barca's not in that. If they were in that, because they made it into the top 8 in the last game, if Barca were in these games, I would be very skeptical about them being able to make the round of 16. But very, very poor. And if Barca want to have a serious shot at the league, possibly a comeback in the Copa del Rey, which is looking impossible at this rate, and if and in the UCL, they've got to there's I mean they've got to become 1,000,000,000% more serious than they are now, which is the seriousness is at a very low level. So look, like I said, very, very poor in all regards. Everybody has to improve. Flick has to do a lot. We know we haven't really put a lot of the blame on Flick um, for losses at all since he took over Barcelona because he's brought this team to a level where they are competing in general against big teams. They've beaten Madrid a lot of times. They've done well in the UCL for the first time in years, but there's now a situation where he has to adapt a little bit and he has to take some of the blame for some of the things that are going on. So, this is the situation that they're in, and they've got to figure it out quickly because if you're missing just one player and you can't play football, it's not looking good for you. So, I mean, I don't know. I think there's like a week break that Barca have because of this week with the UCL games that they're not playing in. They've got to figure it out. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next video.